guys, it's Liliana the Magnificent, and welcome back to my main city, Dukes of Honey. This video is dedicated to the Truce Tower, aka the Dynamic Tower, aka my guild in B-World calls it the Wang. Anywho, the Truce Tower is one of our Tomorrow era great buildings. Just like all of our great buildings, you do need 9 blueprints in order to build it. To get those blueprints, you either need to aid players of Tomorrow Era, or you need to rank in the spots 1 through 5 on another player's Truce Tower. Once you do have those blueprints, you can go to your Great Building log, and in your log, you can press on it and it'll show you the goods that you would need to build it. Now, since it is a Tomorrow Era building, it does require Tomorrow Era goods. Now, I already have mine built, so that's why it doesn't show you that information in my city. But if I go to the Truce Tower fan page, you can see the stats right here. So this is the construction cost or the goods that are needed. And it'll also show you the square footage of the building. So it is a 6 by 5. Normally you can also find that information within your build menu. So if we go and find it, normally that information is right here within the Great Building tab. Now, once again, since it's built, it does not show me any of that information, but if I were to scroll over to one that hasn't been built, you can see that it does. So let's talk about what it does and how to use it. So, funny kind of fact is why I said AKA Dynamic Tower is it used to be the Dynamic Tower and it actually looked different as well, but ran into a little bit of a copyright issue with the architect that had built the Dynamic Tower. And so in order to get away from that little issue, they redesigned it and renamed it. So that was just this year in 2020. Anyway, essentially what this building does is every time that you aid a player, you get a good from the building of that player. So now I'm going to be cautious with what I say. If I said the era of the player, that is not always the case because everybody might have different era buildings in their city. So like for instance, you can see that little blacksmith with the little sleeping moon. If somebody were to aid me and they ended up aiding that building, they would get a good from my Bronze Age. They would not get a good from my postmodern era because that is the building that they either motivated or polished. So be mindful of that. If you really want to be in control of the good that you get from a player, you need to enter into their city and pick from a building that is of the era that you want. If you're not as picky as that, I'm going to show you the strategy. So I do get 56 times that I get a good when I do aid. This goes up with every single level that you do. It also does give you a supply production. So every 24 hours you do get supplies from this building as well, which is nice. So let's collect it and let's do some aids. Give some aids to people. Just sounds terrible. Okay, we're going to start with my guild members because I am strategically going to pick players that are above me because I want their goods. And also, you guys, don't forget to remind me, aka the future you guys, don't forget to remind me, or maybe I'll just show you guys right now. I'll just show you right now, otherwise I will forget. I've already done this video, you guys, and I forgot, so we can't trust my brain. We're just going to show you really now. Okay, so I just want to show you the inventory. Be mindful, all of these goods that you're seeing of the eras above me, I got from the Dynamic Tower. None of these came from doing any trading within the trades market. So you can kind of see I have a decent amount of future era goods. I have a decent amount of these Arctic future. Also a good amount of tomorrow too. Now, the contemporary era is a little bit skewed because I have been taking goods from players within that era now that I'm in postmodern era, but it just does give you a good idea. You are getting goods above you, which is nice for either building great buildings of that era, or maybe your guild needs those goods in their treasury. So anyway, okay, back on track because now I won't forget. Whew. All right, so now with the newest version 1.185, the little player pop-up window does show you what era these players are coming from. Now, once again, you might not get a good necessarily from that era unless you go into their city and find a building, but I'm not going to do that right away anyway. So let's aid, and I will show you what happens. So automatically, you got a +1 good, and it's always one good. It just, the change is how many goods you can do per aid. Does that make sense? No, that didn't make sense. Retry. You don't get more than one good, but the amount of times you can aid people and get a good increases. Okay, I hope that made sense. Okay, I already know that she is above me. Now, she did not, I did not get a good from her. Be mindful that does not take away from one of your chances. So you guys saw I only had 56 chances here. I'm still at 54 because I didn't get a good from her. So don't fret that if you don't get a good from somebody, you're not going to get one. You will. So I got a sab from him. I know he's a sab player, but I did not get a sab good. I know he's above me. See, okay, there you go. I just motivated one of her blacksmiths people, even though she is oceanic future. There you go. Okay, I got a sab from him. Now, I believe he's oceanic future too. Yeah. I should know this by now, you guys. We're not going to do too many of these. Now, modern, you all know I have plenty of modern, so I don't need that. But I just wanted to give you guys an idea. I know he's postmodern era like I am. Oceanic future will take. Once again, so when you don't get a good, that basically just means their entire city has been motivated and polished, and there are just no open buildings. That's what that means. Just so you are aware of why that is happening. Contemporary era will take one from her. The future will take. Arctic future will take from. His city is completely full up right now as well. We'll do a couple more of these and then we'll actually go into somebody's city and I'll show you that version as well. Okay, so for instance, he's a modern. I don't really need modern goods though. That's the thing. Oh, okay, we'll go into Cat's city. That's what we'll do. We'll go visit Cat. All right, so basically, oops, didn't want to do that. Silly me. Come back. So when you press one of these buttons here, this is at least on PC, a little sunshine comes up and it'll show you the stars that you can do, and you can scroll over and you can actually see what era these are. So both of those are postmodern era. Oh, she must have just aged up. Industrial era. I don't need any of those. Postmodern. Guess we could take a postmodern from her. We can build our store. That's fine with me. You can also motivate too. So let's see. Let's go visit him. We'll go visit Strong and we'll see if we can't motivate something for him. Polishing normally is always when there's decorations. Whereas motivating has to do with either supply buildings or any special event buildings, shrines, things like that. Okay, this is a modern, that's a postmodern, this is a modern. Ooh, a future. We'll take that one. And I got a good from it too. So that just gives you another idea of how to do that. I think that is everything. I'm not going to make you guys sit here and watch me aid everybody unless your heart really desires it. Anyway, hope this was helpful, you guys. If it was, like and subscribe. And also, if you want to click that little bell next to the subscribe button, you'll be notified whenever I put out a new video. I hope you guys have a really great day. Bye.